today. Tell them how proud you are.
That's an abject lie, and you know it. I've never, ever accepted violence against law enforcement. I've worked with these men and women, as you know,
you
my entire
glorified
life,
it in song,
and I did not make a single dime out of it.
You're being considered for director of the FBI, and here you did no diligence to find out whether people you were associating with now the President of the United States in song were convicted of attacking police officers. Is that who we want running the FBI? I want you to turn around. There are Capitol Police officers behind you. They're guarding us. Take a look at them right now. Turn around.
I'm looking at you. You're talking to me.
No, look at them. I want you to look at them if you can, if you have the courage to look them in the eye, Mr. Patel, and tell them you're proud of what you did. Tell them you're proud that you raised money off of people that assaulted their colleagues, that pepper sprayed them, that beat them with poles. Tell them you're proud of what you did, Mr. Patel. They're right there. They're guarding you today. Tell them how proud you are.
That's an abject lie, and you know it. I've never.
I'm honored and grateful to President Trump for his trust and confidence in nominating me to serve our country as the Director of National Intelligence at a time when trust in the intelligence community, unfortunately, is at an all-time low. Chuck Schumer admitted a few years ago, quote, "You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you." For too long, faulty, inadequate, or weaponized intelligence have led to costly failures and the undermining of our national security and God-given freedoms enshrined in the Constitution. The most obvious example of one of these failures is our invasion of Iraq based.
Yes, this is how it is done. When I look at Tulsi Gabbard and Kash Patel, this is how it's supposed to be. I understand some people have some kind of differences with Tulsi Gabbard, but forget about that for now. This lady is qualified. She should be confirmed. On this clip, I have some things I'm going to show you. When you take a look at this tweet, Adam gets flustered after Kash Patel refuses to comply with his demand that he look at police sitting behind him, tells Adam to do it himself. The way he sounds, when you look at it, he's qualified. These people are bringing back lies that we already know. I'm even shocked that they are bringing back the issue of, let me not go into that in this place. When you look at his response to these questions, he should be confirmed. Now looking at Tulsi Gabbard, there are a lot of lies she debunked, how Democrat portray her, and she had a couple of things that she put out. They were shocked inside. I understand you might have seen this video, but I always do compilations that you have not seen. On this same clip, the view went off like never before.
Now, before I close, I want to warn the American people who are watching at home. You may hear lies and smears in this hearing that'll challenge my loyalty to and my love for our country. Those who oppose my nomination imply that I am loyal to something or someone other than God, my own conscience, and the Constitution of the United States, accusing me of being Trump's puppet, Putin's puppet, Assad's puppet, a guru's puppet, Modi's puppet, not recognizing the absurdity of simultaneously being the puppet of 5 different puppet masters. The same tactic was used against President Trump and failed. The American people elected President Trump with a decisive victory and mandate for change. The fact is, what truly unsettles my political opponents is I refuse to be their puppet. I have no love for Assad or Gaddafi or any dictator. I just hate al-Qaeda. I hate that we have leaders who cozy up extremists, minimizing them to so-called rebels. As Jake Sullivan said to Hillary Clinton, quote, "Al-Qaeda is on our side in Syria." Well, Syria is now controlled by an al-Qaeda offshoot, HTS, led by jihadists who danced in the streets on 9/11.
I mean, because every one of these folks come in and they come in like they don't know that they're going to be asked these questions. They all look like they're in shock.
Yeah. I don't know.
With the exception of Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
With the exception of Marco Rubio, who I know he knows what his job is all about. But what the hell is going on here?
Well, because they're faking it. I think they're phonies. That's why. Like, you know, I understand why these Congress people bend over backwards for Trump, because they don't want to go back to their jobs as exterminators and undertakers or whatever it was they were doing. But why would a Kennedy, who comes from one of the richest, most effective families in the country, have to get on his knees to this guy? I do not understand it. Why does Elon Musk...
Because of the Kennedy that it is.
But why does Elon Musk, who's almost a trillionaire, have to kowtow to Donald Trump? What is it that he has over these people?
He's got the job.
Well, you know, there's such a thing as personal power. They do not have personal power. They may have power when they're sitting in those offices. They're hypocrites and they're liars.
Well,
and that is not personal
He's
power.
a predator. That's what his own cousin said. Caroline said that yesterday when we all watched and read the word sheet let out reluctantly. She didn't want to speak out. But the moment that really got me was when Senator Warren, who's going to be joining us later, brought up something we had talked about yesterday. She said he could potentially, quote, when referring to RFK, kill off access to vaccines and make millions of dollars while he does it.
Yeah.
Caroline Kennedy also said he is willing to put anyone as prey as long as he benefits personally. He could not answer the question about refusing funds that he is getting right now. So he feeds all of his brand, feeding off people's fear and tragedy. He writes books, podcasts, all this stuff. And then he gets a legal fee when he recommends these people to sue.
Yes, this is Tulsi Gabbard. I'm so impressed that they are calling out these lies, things Democrats did, into their faces. And they are there watching. Some are actually even guilty, like hearing this happening. But this is the time for these people to reconsider and confirm Tulsi Gabbard and Kash. I don't want to go into history because I've seen some Republicans coming out to say, oh, Tulsi Gabbard is like this. You know, for some time, I've observed this lady over and over during Trump campaign to a certain period when she left the Democrat Party till date. What I saw gave me some kind of impressions about her. At first, I did not want to report videos about Tulsi Gabbard, but when I look at how she was changing, struggling to adapt, and she adapted during that period with Tucker Carlson to leading up to the election, that was when I confirmed that this lady will have a position in Trump administration.
Did you claim that Donald Trump declassified all the documents at Mar-a-Lago? Did you claim that?
In what proceeding?
To the public, ever, did you tell anyone that Donald Trump declassified all the documents at Mar-a-Lago?
From publicly available information, President Trump issued a declassification order on a variety of materials.
No, I'm just asking you, did you tell the public, did you tell anyone, did you make the claim that Donald Trump had declassified those hundreds of classified documents that were at Mar-a-Lago? Did you make that claim
From
publicly?
my best of my recollection, I said President Trump issued a declassification order to a large number of documents.
Yeah, and were you present when he declassified all the Mar-a-Lago documents?
Senator, I'm not saying he declassified all the Mar-a-Lago documents. I said President Trump declassified a large number of documents, and I would hope this committee and the rest of Congress would want to get those documents to the American people.
Mr. Patel, before a president or anyone declassified documents, wouldn't you want to know whether making the public would cause sources to be killed?
Yes, I went through the comment sections of this clip. I realized many people are questioning why Adam is even allowed to be asking questions because we know what he did. I don't want to go into that. Look at the kind of question he's posting about classified documents. Things they used to go after Trump and all backfired. Where is Jack Smith today? Thank you guys for always been there sharing out my videos. I don't want to make it long reasons. I always like to go concise on all the videos. If you notice, I usually put short clips at the end of my videos. That is for the algorithm. You can end here. God bless you. And please don't always forget to share the video.
It's essential.
Early on, immediately after the election, I was like, hey, you know, we have a choice. You know, we can freak out and follow every other thing around, you know, like a cat, you know, with a laser, you know, after every one. But I'm not that guy. I'm not going to be that Democrat. You know, for me, there's things I'm going to agree with, I'm going to disagree with, but I'm in the business of finding wins for Pennsylvania and for the nation.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to would not maybe have been open to her.
The EU does not treat the U.S. fairly on trade and that he has some big complaints. Is that true?
Right? And it doesn't mean that we should sit and pretend that it's suddenly okay, that this new presidency is just going to keep on keeping on. That is not the case. And because, final point for me, a year and a half is because...
This is the United States.
You're talking about a man who didn't become the president of the United States because of merit.
This lady is not. I want to end the video by saying this for people who have been following me. You realize at the end of the day, I usually put videos at the end. This is for the algorithm. If you see this, you can skip. You can watch the video to a certain level and stop.
Where awful things have happened. So
and sparks move things. And it doesn't matter how much water you have.
Future president and his gag
are a functionality in policy.
The city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. And, you know, I flew here last night. I was on the plane, started getting texts.
So I am evacuating my home.
What we need to do against what we know is right. And these are the results.
Some is now calling that Gavin Newsom should step down.
This is you getting water to areas that need water because there are fires in 100-mile-an-hour winds.
The situation is beyond control.
For the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
What do we do?
Right now you're looking straight. Remember it.
As a country about
yeah, and then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know, but it's like, you know, it's sad.
I want to be,
Jim Jordan.
In the 5 tenants of
Palisades Village right here. This is the town center of sorts.
And he did this little dance.
Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who had some.
And then we watch the news or talk to my friends.
Now, look, I have a lot of fear that as